everyone, Cheryl here. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to show you some new Christmas tags that I made this year that are very sparkly and I think very pretty, and they were very easy to make, so I thought I would just take a quick minute and show you how I did them. To start out, here's a kind of a quick overview of the supplies. I started with some 1/4-inch score tape, 2 pieces of Neenah Solar White cardstock in the 80-pound weight, and you don't need to use Neenah though, you can use whatever cardstock you have on hand. Deco foil, and this is just your standard metallic silver deco foil. It doesn't have any sticky on it. I use the score tape and that's how I adhere it. I'll show you later how I do that, but you can use any colors you like. My reverse confetti tags, which are a little bit in the non-traditional style, I think, as far as tags go. So they're pretty simple, but I thought they're very cute. The sentiment I'm going to use is from the Hero Arts Christmas Messages stamp set, which is one of my favorites. It's well loved. This is a great set. And then I have 2 different sets of Snowflake dies, one from Echo Park and one set from My Favorite Things. I just keep them both in the same stamp pocket to save space. Okay, we're going to start with getting the foil etched onto the 2 pieces that we're going to use to cut our tags from. And what I'm doing is just laying down 2 rows of 1/4-inch score tape, so it equals a 1/2 inch border on the edge. And I'm just going to trim off the extra and then lay down another strip, and you're going to want to butt this up as close to the edge as you can. It's actually pretty easy to do. I messed it up, I think, on this first one. The second one I didn't. But yeah, I left a little gap, and because of the design of these tags, it's not super important that you have it perfect, because the snowflake's going to kind of cover up any imperfections that you might have. So then I take my bone folder and I just burnish in the tape really well so it's stuck down very good, and then remove the backing from it and pull out my foil. Now here I'm showing you some foil that I've already used, and you can just keep reusing it over and over again until you've consumed all of the foil off the page, but I'm going to start with a fresh piece just so it's nice and clean. I'm going to move that one out of the way so I don't accidentally stick it before I'm ready. And what I'm showing you here is that you want to make sure you have the shiny side facing up and the dull side sticking to the glue. Because what's going to happen is you're going to put it down shiny side up and you're going to burnish that in to the tape. So my bone folder is going to come out again, and burnish that in really well. Make sure that there's no air bubbles or anything like that. And then when you peel it away, the silver sticks to the score tape. And so that's how we get that nice shiny border. And there's the silver that's gone. So it's just clear plastic with silver adhered to it, and then you're just rubbing it off onto the tape to get the silver to stick. So here I am doing the second panel, and I think I had an air bubble or something right there. I spent a little bit more time. And then this one, sorry about that, computer phone's going off. And then this one is the one that had the little line through it, which I'll show you, it doesn't end up mattering too much, so you can not be perfect with these. So next I'm going to just grab my dies and make sure that the hole punch is on the side of the silver side. I'm going to lay those down and run them through my Sizzix die cutting machine. And come back, and these just need to be popped out, and then there's going to be room to cut one more tag off the, so you're going to want 4 tags from one panel. And I just, because my paper's pre-cut, I have my paper pre-cut into A2 size panels, so whenever I reach to make a project I always start with a A2 size panel. That's why I started the way I did with mine. And then I grabbed the last die and run that through, And I like the flared one the best with the fishtail end, so I did an extra one of those for the 4th tag. And then I die cut the other 4 off camera and just came back, and so here they are, all silver foiled and die cut. And so now we're going to get into some stamping. And I use my MISTI for just about everything. I don't trust myself to stamp with an acrylic block without messing it up. So I use, and plus I'm repeat stamping, so it just makes sense to use the MISTI. And I do have to move the stamp around a little bit with the different sized flags, which you'll see. The ink I'm using is pigment-based ink, VersaFine Nocturne Clear. I am going to double stamp this just to be sure. I think my ink pad might need to be re-inked, because normally you don't have to double stamp, but I'm just cleaning up now. I stamped the rest of them off camera, putting my stamp away, because if I don't put it away immediately, I will end up losing it at some point. So now we're going to stamp on the back, and we're just going to do a really simple to from, and this is from the Lawn Fawn set. Do I know what that one is? Yeah. It is Tiny Tag Sayings from Lawn Fawn. And I just liked the to from because it was all in one stamp, and I didn't have to mess around with a separate stamp for the to and a separate stamp for the from, and I just thought this was a really quick and cute way to put the to from on the back. So I stamp those up and get through all 8 of these tags. And once the stamping's done, we're going to move into the die cutting of the snowflakes. So if you do this in a production line, it actually really does go pretty quick. So here I have all 8 of my tags that are stamped front and back. I pulled out some sparkly paper that I got from Simon Says Stamp, and in 4 colors that I wanted. You can theme it, and you can do blue and silver. You could, you know, really mix it up and do light blue and dark blue snowflakes, or whatever your color theme is for the year. But I just went with traditional red, silver, green, and gold. And I die cut all of these snowflakes off camera, and I'm just going to start layering them on each tag. And to do that, I use my Lawn Fawn glue tube, and this is a handy dandy little glue tube holder that my brother printed for me on his 3D printer, and it really comes in handy. It's always on my desk. I never leave it. So here I'm just deciding what colors I want to layer onto what colors. So I start with, I think I start with the green one. Just throw some glue on the center of it, and then it's okay if you like cut into the sentiment a little bit. I mean, people aren't going to be able to still read what it says, even though you've overlapped it a little bit with your snowflake. But I like the fact that it runs off the edges and it kind of makes it a regular shape, and I think it adds to the character and the sparkle of it all. So I do a big snowflake and a little snowflake, and I just tack them down. And you know, if the edges fly up a little bit, I just think that gives it more of a snowflake kind of character. So here I'm just bringing out an extra plastic mat that I'm going to use for my glue surface so that I don't get glue all over my workboard. And that's just a stamp pocket with a piece of white paper in it. That's all it is. It just comes in handy, and it doesn't matter if you glue it up or ink it up or anything, it just wipes off with some alcohol. So here I'm doing red and silver, which I think is my favorite. I love that combination. And here I just fast forwarded through the gluing of the snowflakes, and I just randomly put, you know, a big one down and a little one how I wanted to. For the tag tie, I have some silver floss that I got from Ben Franklin's in the embroidery section, and actually I take that back, I think I got it from Michael's. But anyway, I'm just cutting them into 12-inch strips. That's just my standard go-to length for any kind of a tag tie, because I feel like it gives enough room for the person to tie it onto the bow without really fussing with a short end. So I'd rather be too long than too short. So all mine are cut to 12 inches, and I just run it through the back and then slip the 2 ends through the center, and that makes your tie. So here you have 8 really pretty Christmas tags, that were so easy to make up. Honestly, the hardest part of this whole process was die cutting the snowflakes. So I hope you like these, and I hope they inspired you to go make some really fun, festive tags for your packages this year, or if you like to make tags and sell them, I think these would be a hit too. You can't go wrong with this design. I'd love to see some comments on how you guys like these tags, and if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.